Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, April 30th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 699 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Germany charges man with fundraising for Islamic State group. Pro-Kremlin propaganda links Navalny to neo-Nazi terror plot. Barroso, China's goal is domination, not cooperation. It's playing Biden and America for fools. Atlanta news crew spots Arizona murder suspect, films arrest. Growth in Burkina Faso gold mining fuels human trafficking. Marjorie Taylor Greene to join under fire Matt Gaetz at America First rally at retirement community in Florida. Indonesian military pays last respects to submarine crew. India cases up as scientists appeal to Modi to release data. Social equity in marijuana industry still largely pipe dream. Texas special election poses test for anti-Trump Republicans. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Alibaba freezes executive pay amid China's curbs on big tech sources, Reuters. Joe Biden is proving progressives wrong, and they're loving it, NBC News. Coinbase now lets you buy cryptocurrency with your PayPal account, The Verge. Michael B. Jordan visits gun range with GF Lori Harvey, TMZ. NFL draft winners, losers of round 1, from Trevor Lawrence to Mac Jones, QB's reign, USA Today. Green Bay Packers committed to Aaron Rodgers, not trading him, GM says, ESPN. The latest on COVID-19 and India's worsening crisis, live updates, CNN. Religious festival stampede in Israel kills 44, hurts dozens, The Associated Press. Senator Tim Scott predicts coming backlash to this liberal oppression on Hannity, Fox News. Full FDA approval of COVID-19 vaccines could help fight vaccine hesitancy, officials say, CNN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Stephen Colbert exposes GOP hypocrisy with a Nancy Pelosi diss track. Sex toy company receives award from Queen for outstanding continuous growth. Joe Rogan admits he's AF King moron after offering selfish vaccine advice. Trevor Noah is over Republicans' tired complaints about Biden's speech. They were stuck atop Britain's tallest coaster, then had to walk 200+ feet down. Ann Douglas, widow of Hollywood legend Kirk Douglas, dead at 102. Rudy Giuliani's son tries to out-Rudy him in wild CNN appearance. Jimmy Kimmel taunts Ted Cruz with a new nickname after Biden's speech stunt. Deadly California wildfire was ignited to cover up a murder, sheriff says. Dozens killed in stampede at Jewish religious festival in Israel. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. 15 cats found shot dead, $3,000 reward offered. Man bitten in the leg by shark. CBP finds meth worth $1.90 in Chevy Malibu. 4-month-old organs help Savile hives of 3 others. ZA confiscates multiple cat eyes at airport. Man out on bond in wife's murder on the run. Work search requirement back for unemployment. Restaurant change will bring pups to patios. High schoolers project brings dogs to seniors. Man threatens lost dog owner. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. A target date for a full reopening in New York City. Europe's economy shrinks, sliding back into recession. In-person or virtual, COVID complicates college commencements. Now we are united, Myanmar's ethnic divisions soften after coup. The Googleplex of the future has privacy robots, meeting tents and your very own balloon wall. Black Pound Day aims to support UK black-owned businesses. Want to move to our town? Here's $10,000 and a free bike. They want you back at the office. How Chuck Schumer plans to win over Trump voters. Biden's first 100 days would make Trump jealous. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. New Mexico police officer gets up, fires back after shot by accused cop killer, video shows. Allison Mack was a victimizer who needs to be held accountable, NXIVM whistleblower Jessica Jones says. 2 border state Dems break with Biden on the crisis, want to see more action. Jason Chaffetz, Biden's first 100 days, now we know just how much president was hiding the truth. Steven Seagal lists bulletproof Arizona mansion for $3.4 million. GOP Senator Tim Scott accuses left of attacking color of my skin. RNC Chairwoman McDaniel, Biden's first 100 days, president's lies cannot compete with GOP vision for America. Things Heard and Seen star Amanda Seyfried says character was emotionally exhausting to play. Kamala Harris will be first VP to get wax figure at Madame Tussauds. Portland cops, FBI investigate video of masked anarchist who issued Brad two-wheeler, report. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, April 30th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Former Texas A&M quarterback Kellen Mond on 2021 NFL Draft. I would definitely be prepared to play as a rookie. Kentucky Derby 2021 preview, essential quality the favorite, can he break a 60-year drought to win from post 14? Stimulus check update, can you expect a plus-out payment? The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Up to 500 away fans expected to return to Premier League stadiums for the last 2 games of season. South Australian teen with terminal cancer records message to the world before ending his life. Police arrest British terror suspect at Channel Tunnel entrance in Calais. Many GPs are still not opening their doors, and patients are in despair. Digger driver goes on 700,000 rampage as they flip over fully loaded 44-ton lorry. Coronavirus, Indian variant cases in the UK rise to 400 and there are now 3 types. Outgoing Lord Speaker calls for COVID inquiry as soon as possible. Manchester mobile phone thief forced to hand back their handset. Grieving relatives of 53 sailors killed when Indonesian submarine sank. Lay flowers at scene. Stylish granddad, 75, boasts 1 million Instagram followers thanks to his cool streetwear looks. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. American politics are getting more European. Counting the costs of America's 20-year war in Afghanistan. Stampede at religious festival in Israel leaves at least 44 dead, dozens injured. U.S. coronavirus aid arrives in India as vaccine shortages hinder response. Religious festival stampede in Israel kills 44, hurts dozens. Bolsonaro has insulted much of the world, now Brazil needs its help. COVID-19 live updates, India sets another grim record as global cases top 150 million. U.S. Embassy limits consular services after Russia hiring ban. Mapping the Afghan war, while murky, points to Taliban gains. Culture venues in Belgium defy ban, reopen illegally. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Coronavirus live news. Some Indian states suspend jabs over vaccine shortage. England expands access to all over 40s. Biden faces pressure to drive gasoline and diesel cars out of the U.S. Tear gas, flashbangs, the devastating toll of police tactics on Minnesota children. We no longer fear the tweet. Biden brings U.S. back to world stage in first 100 days. Targets like net zero won't solve the climate crisis on their own. Matthew Lawrence. Germany first to hand back Benin bronzes looted by British. Spurs suffer fresh blow in manager search as Ten Hag signs new Ajax deal. No one knew we were homeless. Relief funds hope to reach students missing from virtual classrooms. More than ever, baseball's unwritten rules were made to be broken. Mana Iwabuchi, I want to show girls in Japan they can dream about playing football. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. 8 indicted in Bowling Green State University sophomore's alleged hazing death. 5 arrested after Lady Gaga's dog walker shot, pets kidnapped. 44 killed, over 100 injured in stampede at Israeli holy site. Emergent biosolutions under scrutiny following quality control issues with vaccines. Judge orders feds to explain frequent flashlight checks on Ghislaine Maxwell. Florida passes election bill imposing new restrictions on mail-in voting. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Israel crush, dozens killed at Lag Bioma religious festival. India COVID, Delhi running out of space for cremations. Israel crush, witnesses tell of people thrown up in the air. These people aren't real but could help tackle bias in tech. Kyrgyzstan-Tajikistan violence, deadly clash amid water dispute. Ghislaine Maxwell, lawyers release photo that shows bruised face. Israel crush, chaotic scenes as dozens dead at religious festival. India COVID, a nurse's story of fighting the virus. The ransomware surge ruining lives. Zulia Bing, the abandoned baby who became a Vogue model. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. AP Top Stories April 30th. A. Release the tapes, protesters demand footage after sheriff identified deputies involved in fatal shooting of Andrew Brown Jr. Green jobs path to middle class, sustainability largely blocked to Native Americans. Fatal stampede stops religious festival in Israel. Dozens reported dead in Israeli festival stampede. Indians in U.S. feel helpless amid India COVID surge. Today in history for April 30th. Deeply disturbing, UConn student charged with hate crime after allegedly painting swastika on building, police say. Vermont becomes first state to allow women to enlist in all Army National Guard combat roles. Variants drive fourth COVID wave in Washington state. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LA County relaxes outdoor mask rules for vaccinated people. California to truck young salmon to the Pacific because of low river levels. Poseidon wins key seawater desalination permit. Evacuations lifted for Thousand Oaks brush fire. Jury awards family of black man nearly $2.3 million after death in Anaheim police custody. How a first date may have led to a murder, a cover-up and a huge wildfire that killed 2. Appointments for first dose of COVID-19 vaccine dropped by half in LA County, alarming public health officials. Coronavirus outbreak in Humboldt County is linked to local church. Let the good times flow. California is allowing water parks to reopen. 5 arrested in shooting of Lady Gaga's dog walker and theft of her bulldogs in LA. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, April 30th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Mexico, revenge porn to be punishable with jail term of up to 6 years. China adopts law against food waste, binge eating, excessive leftovers to face fines. Women who starved and abused their Myanmar maid to death seeks to avoid life imprisonment. Germany to return looted Benin bronzes to Nigeria in 2022. Taiwan bans recruitment for jobs in China to combat brain drain. More than 1,000 parking tickets issued at Calgary's mass vaccination site. Flu has disappeared worldwide during the COVID pandemic. 28 people crushed to death, dozens hurt at mass lag Bioma event in Mount Meron. A year after Ecuador oil spill, indigenous victims await justice. Reliant on the river for millennia, they are struggling to adapt to other livelihoods. Afghan forces prepare to take on the Taliban without U.S. help, because there's no other option. Navalny Ali sentenced to 2.5 years in prison for reposting music video. Pfizer begins exporting U.S.-made COVID-19 shots abroad, starting with Mexico. Rape victims in South Asia still face vaginal tests, report finds. The test involves a medical practitioner inserting 2 fingers into the vagina of a rape survivor in an attempt to determine if the hymen is broken, as well as to test laxity in the vagina. We are witnessing a crime against humanity, Arundhati Roy on India's COVID catastrophe coronavirus. Navalny says Putin is a naked king whose crown is sliding from his ears amid mass anti-government protests in Russia. The next headlines are from Forbes. San Francisco 49ers mock draft after first round of 2021 NFL draft. Is the Pininfarina Batista better than the Tesla Roadster? Singapore's Ulm to buy U.S. spice maker for $950 million ahead of unit's IPO. Brazil's COVID-19 death toll crosses 400,000 as fatalities plateau at high numbers. This week in XR, meet the new Campfire XR HMD, Proxima Snares 38M, Zoom immersive features. What links a tropical island and a rainy British town, a sporting connection like no other. New England Patriots wait for Alabama quarterback Mac Jones to pay off at number 15 overall. Define American Press's Golden Globes to change requirements for Best Picture. English does not define Americanness. Vikings trade down to select Virginia Tech OT Christian Darrisaw, set stage for Day 2 draft moves. 2021 NFL Draft, San Francisco 49ers believe Trey Lance is a franchise quarterback. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Good research begins long before papers get written. Psychedelic drugs without the trip, this sensor could help seek them out. How we embarked on a long-distance relationship on behalf of our research career. Key COVID research hit by cut to UK foreign aid budget. COVID-19 tissue atlases reveal SARS-CoV-2 pathology and cellular targets. Weird viral DNA spill secrets to biologists. Warming seas brought an eerie calm to a stormy region. A surface stays frost-free by showing water drops no mercy. The world's northernmost bird is a clock watcher. Can Cuba beat COVID with its homegrown vaccines? The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,702,101,204 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Film about international peace mediators up next for director of Behind the Headlines exclusive. Zhang Yimou on the persistence that got Cliff Walker's May despite COVID and melting snow. Pioneering DJ Laurent Garnier on documentary about his life and evolution of dance music exclusive. Johnny Crawford, the Rifleman star, dead at 75. Hollywood studios and unions extend COVID safety protocols to June 30th. Poe's final season premiere kicks off Hollywood's return to the red carpet. Ann Douglas, producer and widow of Kirk Douglas, dies at 102. Oscars 2022, first blind predictions include the return of big studios and streamers seeking gold. 1 Million Truths Project sets out to document the Black experience in America. The 10 best episodes of The Leftovers, ranked. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Pandemic pomp and circumstance, graduation looks different this year, again. An Alzheimer's drug may boost cognition in people with Fragile X syndrome. For Virginia Republicans, running their own election hasn't gone smoothly. Biden administration seeks to build trust and diversity among federal scientists. Domestic abuse survivors fear deportation under Trump policy Biden has yet to reverse. Florida legislature approved election reform bill that includes restrictions. Israeli rescue service, 44 killed in stampede at festival. Brazil COVID-19 deaths top 400,000 amid fears of worsening crisis. Dozens injured in stampede at Israeli religious festival. Burning Man cancelled, relief as burners, locals see bright side of informal events. The following headlines are from The Week. Late night hosts joke about Ted Cruz napping through Biden's surprisingly popular speech to Congress. Republicans reveal their red line. Kazuo Ishiguro's Clara illuminates what meritocracy does to the soul. 20 years of sports, in 20 striking photos. What the Elon Musk backlash is really about. There's no such thing as intellectual property. 5 scorchingly funny cartoons about Fox News meet hysteria. Rudy Giuliani evidently ignored FBI warnings that Russia would try to manipulate him in Ukraine. Senate confirms former astronaut, Senator Bill Nelson as NASA chief. At least 40 dead in stampede at packed religious festival in Israel. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. I felt like they were demonizing my people, advocates and families point to biases in Texas curricula. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Ingenuity completes a huge 50-meter flight on Mars. Stare straight down into a giant storm on Jupiter. NASA is now planning a mission to go 1,000 from the Sun, deep into interstellar space. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, April 30th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Going up and coming down this week. Space rock found on Earth traced back to origins on Vesta. SpaceX Starship SN-15 first test flight expected soon. What moves the sailing stones of Death Valley? Warmer ocean temperatures may decrease Saharan dust crossing the Atlantic. Force aerial color image of Mars. The next news is from Politico. How Washington changed in Biden's first 100 days. Mike Pence emerges, but Trump world is moving on. Congratulations, you killed Osama bin Laden. The nation's cartoonists on the week in politics. Why Biden's next 100 days are pivotal for the COVID fight. How a top New York mayoral candidate used a charity to boost his profile. Trump crashes final days of Texas special election. Giuliani, I never, ever represented a foreign national. Florida legislature approves controversial restrictions on voting. Biden begins selling his $4 trillion spending plans. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. AFL 2021 live updates. Richmond Tigers take on Western Bulldogs in Friday night footy. Storm soar past Sharks for 5th win on the trot. Graham taken off for head knock again as Storm blast brittle Sharks. Shifting pandemic politics brings Canberra to the table. St. Billings battles on hurt in his free agency year. A blueprint for Australia and the brightest of futures. Dad talked all the smack, Shyla Hill ready to follow in father's feisty footsteps. Not good enough, Duke says players must take responsibility for results. Volcanic ash forces rethink for Windies tour venues. Super Rugby franchises fear player exodus after Raw flag more pay cuts. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Kelley Blue Book, we compare the 2021 Kia Sportage to the 2021 Honda CR-V. NerdWallet, how to buy a pet without getting scammed. NerdWallet, still want that classic car? How to make your dream a reality. Europe markets, European stocks struggle higher amid earnings and mixed growth, while US futures head south. The Moneyest, my son, a college student, received 3 stimulus checks. I'm a dad trying to teach ethical behavior, what should we do? Keywords, Joe Rogan, I'm not a doctor, I'm a effing moron, after backlash to anti-vaccination remarks. The Moneyest, is my boyfriend of 13 years entitled to half my house? I bought it 12 years ago, and he never helped with the bills. The Moneyest, I saved $1.10 for retirement, earn $128K and have $22K in cash. Can I afford my dream car, an $80K Nissan GTR? The Moneyest, my mom added me to her bank accounts before she died. Am I legally or morally obliged to disclose these accounts to my siblings? Market Extra, mortgage mess on commercial properties could last 5-7 years, says this real estate veteran. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. As Swindoll's Q&A, the future of medical software patenting, medical device network. UF Wertheim College of Engineering Professor Emeritus and alumna recognized by Florida Inventors Hall of Fame, University of Florida. What pink gloves and period pants can tell us about sexism in business, the spin-off. Fed, Circ, OK's ITC ruling that BioRed infringed 10x patents, Law 360. Analysis, how marketers could use voice profiling to sell you more stuff, PBS NewsHour. Biden taps into a new discovering, the Christian Science Monitor. Trillium Therapeutics, TSX, Trill, a pharma stock with huge upside potential, the Motley Fool Canada. IDEA Act passed out of Senate Judiciary Committee, IPWatchdog.com. Navigating key differences in therapeutic antibody patent protection strategies between the United States and Europe, J.D. Supra. Curative Biotechnology, Incorporated, announces FINRA ticker symbol change from CTYX to CUT, Biospace. The next headlines are from Quartz. The banana-eating artist from Art Basel says the NFT boom is a blessing. Amazon's big day, Indian vaccinations, Constantine's finger. India is fighting a healthcare crisis of unimaginable proportions with woefully outdated science. There's a fundamental problem with how rich countries are paying for climate damages. India's deadly second wave of COVID-19 might not peak before June. A lack of basic agricultural data is holding African countries back. India's COVID crisis is out of control, but the Modi government won't let you tweet about it. U.S. Labor Secretary says gig workers should be classified as employees. Amazon's growth overseas has blown past its growth in the U.S. COVID and censorship are getting in the way of Netflix's bold plans in India. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. The Epic Effect. Microsoft changes revenue split to match Epic Store, Steam holds firm. Basecamp bans politics, an act that itself is political. It took 4 months and thousands of dollars to overturn one manifestly stupid upload block. Imagine how bad it will soon be with EU copyright directives' blanket use of filters. U.S. Postal Service is surveilling social media services because it apparently has plenty of time and money to waste. Daily Deal, Hypergear Quake wireless speaker with built-in power bank. Joe Biden yells at dumb anti-free speech trope in an uncrowded Congress. Thanks to crappy cable channel bundles, 9 watchers hugely subsidize Tucker Carlson and Fox News. Publix gets social media accounts advertising its sandwiches taken down for some reason. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Lady Gaga. Najee Harris. Penny Sewell. Patriots. Micah Parsons. Devonta Smith. Justin Fields. Jalen Waddle. Kyle Pitts. Zach Wilson. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. India's COVID vaccination program stalls as states run out of doses amid record daily infection rates. COVID-19 passport for traveling abroad set to be ready by May 17, UK vaccines minister says. U.S. Embassy in Moscow to dramatically reduce staff and stop issuing most visas to Russians as mission is banned from employing locals. Actor Noel Clarke stripped of BAFTA honors membership after 20 women accuse him of sexual predation and bullying. They're literally attacking the color of my skin, Black GOP senator highlights left's hypocrisy after racist Twitter attacks. I'm not proposing a referendum right now, says Sturgeon in Independence U-turn as elections loom. Hungary has enough vaccines for everyone who applied for COVID-19 shot, PM Orban says. Chinese economic activity loses steam after record post-COVID recovery. Oil prices rally toward $70 as demand outlook improves. Biden supporters get fact-checked after claiming 85% of Americans approved of U.S. President's address to Congress. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Makes me worried, China-based companies rush to list on U.S. exchanges at a blistering pace. The ugly truth about renewable power. Biden's Go Big plan will leave America's middle class addicted to government and the Democratic Party. Operation Freedom, post-COVID normalcy has officially begun in Gibraltar. Christian pastor arrested in UK for saying marriage is between a man and a woman. UK will release digital vaccine passport and green list of travel destinations next month. Lavrov calls out perfidious Albion in EU diplomat spat. European Parliament approves resolution on far-reaching sanctions for Russian aggression. Red states are fighting back against the reset. What does this mean for the future? China creates countrywide no-pig zones to limit African swine fever. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Almost half of Myanmar risks falling into poverty by 2022, UNDP. ACU, Palestinian factions slam parliamentary poll delay. U.S., former Trump lawyer Giuliani defiant after FBI raid. Africa's LGBTQ communities need more protection and support. Insider attacks against Afghan army surge this year, report. The real second-class citizens of academia. At least 3 killed in landslides on Indonesia Sumatra Island. Free oxygen at Sikh temples as India's COVID crisis worsens. Guantanamo detainee Abu Zubaydah to file complaint with UN agency. Great tragedy, stampede at Jewish pilgrimage site kills dozens. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Dem Rep Jones, Tim Scott has to deny his own life experience to win re-election. Giuliani, FBI refused Hunter Biden's hard drives during illegal, unconstitutional raid. FBI, jihadists remain a menace, but the domestic terrorists from left, right pose greatest threat to U.S. Report, Japan to introduce vaccine passports for international travel. Afghanistan's drug trade booms thanks to meth and heroin. Georgia Sec of State Raffensperger, if Georgia's so bad, what's Biden doing here? I'm in trouble, Joe Biden loses mask after outdoor campaign speech. Stakeholders, Biden declares war on small businesses in first 100 days, success tax, worker shortage. Alfredo Ortiz, Biden's 100-day victory lap in Atlanta cannot hide his war on Georgia small businesses hurt by his voting law lies. Anti-ICE protesters disrupt Joe Biden 100-day celebration drive and rally. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, crew installing pool at Las Vegas home finds Ice Age animal bones. Watch, stranded dog rescued from Michigan Island. Florida woman's $500,000 lottery win causes her to burn dinner. Class ring lost at Rhode Island beach returned 39 years later. Watch, loose cow visits grocery store, tries to get inside. Look, stranded bobcat rescued from atop New Mexico utility pole. African serval on the loose in North Carolina City. Watch, North Carolina 12-year-old graduating high school, college in same week. Watch, golfer Marcus Armitage hits ball into moving car to break Guinness record. Watch, escaped horse herd runs loose on South African highway. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Tick-borne infection immune to most antibiotics may be blocked using special nanobodies. Scientists make microplastics breakthrough, devising method to trap and remove them. Compassionate cop replace a beloved tractor for 4-year-old after it's stolen. Watch. Win trip to 5-star spa in this flower arranging contest with charity giving bouquets to terminal patients. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, April 30th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. COVID-19's far-reaching effect on a turtle sanctuary. The crispy chicken craze is causing a U.S. poultry shortage. NYPD, man arrested after chasing FedEx driver with bow and arrow on Queen Street. Giuliani says he offered FBI agents Hunter Biden's laptop during raid. After public rage, NYPD secretly fires robot dog. Halal taco truck helps Orange County Muslims get vaccinated. Alligator and cow delay Houston traffic, turning commute into zoo. McDonald's robber demands chicken nuggets, has to accept breakfast food because it was still too early. Foreign influencers face deportation over face mask prank to enter Bali supermarket. Boulders block road in Boulder Canyon near Boulder according to Boulder County Sheriff's Office. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. EV owners looking at extra costs as UK moves to plug road tax cap. Why Australia's trucks might go electric sooner than cars. This website helps people in India between age 18-45 find vaccination slots. Spotify finally makes it easy to find your downloaded music in the app. How to manage your energy to manage your work. Say hey to Trombia, the robot cleaning up Helsinki streets. YouTube is testing SoundCloud-like time-stamped comments. Instagram now has audio-only live streams, because Clubhouse, probably. Windows 10 is getting Bluetooth AAC support for better sound quality. Xbox Cloud Gaming Beta hands-on, the revolution is almost here. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New Atlas of Genetic Function maps complexities of immune system and immune diseases. New optical hydrogen sensors eliminate risk of sparking. Wearable glucose monitors shed light on progression of type 2 diabetes in Hispanic adults. Combining solar panels and lamb grazing increases land productivity, study finds. High vaccination rate is key to future course of COVID-19 pandemic, computer modeling shows. New law of physics helps humans and robots grasp the friction of touch. Finding the optimal way to repay student debt. Single-cell CRISPR technology deciphers role of chromatin accessibility in cancer. Fasting lowers blood pressure by reshaping the gut microbiota. Corals that spit algae. The next headlines are from Information Week. How to change gender disparity among data science roles. The AI ecosystem, mapping the future of data science. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, April 30th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Statements on Bill Nelson's Senate confirmation as NASA administrator. Biden-Harris administration shows strong support for NASA in first 100 days. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Bayou quarterback Zach Wilson goes to Jets as number 2 pick in Thursday's NFL draft. He's Cougars' highest pick ever. A student at a Utah high school threatened to carry out a rape day against girls. Help all women, including queer members, to feel they belong in Relief Society, LDS attendees told at Bayou conference. Vivint reaches $20 in settlement with FTC over allegations of fraudulent use of credit reports. Bayou fans, Jets fans and the experts react to New York taking Zach Wilson as the number 2 pick in the NFL draft. Utah native and Oregon Duck Penei Sewell selected number 7 in NFL draft by Detroit Lions. Gordon Monson, Broadway Zach, Bayou's Wilson to the Jets is the personification of the risks and rewards of the NFL draft. Arizona positioned to take on water cuts in Colorado River supply. Vegas agency links more liver ailments to real water brand. More than 100K Utahns ages 16 and 17 are eligible for COVID-19 vaccine. Clinics are going to high schools to get it to them. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Verizon is weighing a sale of Yahoo, AOL. Anti-vaxxer hijacks QR codes at COVID-19 check-in sites. New malware found lurking in 64-bit Linux installs. Oculus will sell you a Quest 2 headset that doesn't need Facebook for an extra $500. U.S. government probes VPN hack within federal agencies, races to find clues. Disaster girl makes $500,000 in NFT sale of her viral meme. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin will soon begin selling tickets for rides on its space tourism rocket. The IRS wants help hacking cryptocurrency hardware wallets. Rust programming language, we want to take it into the mainstream, says Facebook. EU adopts rules on 1-hour takedowns for terrorist content. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. You paid for it. Are taxpayers getting their money's worth from local government agencies? Armed and bold, security footage shows suspect cover cameras during car break-ins. Is it safe yet to attend sporting events during the pandemic? Contact 2, fighting back against telemarketers and robocalls. Lincoln County deputy shoot, kill man who wounded St. Peter's officer. Law enforcement responds to hospital in support after St. Peter's officer shot during traffic stop. Sale of Missouri's Crystal Palace mansion will fund scholarships at 5 colleges. 10-year-old helps raise $1,000 for all-inclusive playground so no one is left out. Cardinals defeat Phillies on a walk-off wild pitch, Arenado HBP after Wild Wednesday. Increase in COVID cases prompts some St. Louis area schools to go virtual again. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. San Diego Loyal Open team's second season against Phoenix rising. SoCal doctor helps former NFL players heal from brain injuries. Community groups discuss gun violence prevention. This is an issue that we can solve. Disneyland reopens to visitors Friday, highlighting California's COVID turnaround. Gloria, state's big city mayors ask for record-level spending to help the homeless. Stephen, you're gonna get shot. Bodycam video shows officer fatally shooting homeless man. Watch, one-on-one with Kevin Faulconer on Newsome Recall Challenge. South Bay School brings vaccines directly to teens. Gaslamp Quarter shooting suspected denies murder, other charges. Valley Center elementary teacher arrested for alleged sex crimes against minors. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Mofo makes bold decision to spy on its attorneys. Jason Matthews, author of Red Sparrow thrillers, dies. Spy, trading plan for growth investors stocknews.com. U.S. fight chief, China would find change in U.S. policy toward Taiwan. Spy, how worried should investors be about tax hikes, stocknews.com. Rylance, peg dip into cyber warfare series, Dark Horizons. Exploding pen not required, MI6 looks for new Q spy tech master. Britain's spy agency MI6 looking for new Q for high-tech solutions. How a drunk, unstable billionaire became Netanyahu and Mossad chief's confidant. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Tajikistan's army deploys tank convoy to Kyrgyz border. Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan soldiers involved in border clashes. Russian Navy weapon test ended in failure after cruise missile failed. Brazilian Army receives first of 32 new LMVBR armored vehicles. Textron Systems unveils prototype of new armed reconnaissance vehicle. U.S. Army tests robotic rocket launcher. U.S. Secretary of State says U.S. allies should refrain from new purchases of Russian weapons. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. China launches core module of new space station, to be completed by end of 2022. Ride-hailing for the blind, Diddy promises accessible travel. Actress Zhang Xuang, confirmed deadbeat mother, under investigation for tax evasion. Spirituality and politics inside a Chinese Buddhist temple. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, April 30th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Proposal to install cameras in San Francisco's Castro district sparks controversy. Chinatown Chamber of Commerce president says he was attacked in Oakland. Steelers draft pick, Bay Area native Najee Harris throws party at Richmond homeless shelter. City of Berkeley passes ordinance that regulates police use of militarized weapons. $3.4 billion drought relief package clears CA Senate. Mario Gonzalez death, family seeks criminal charges against Alameda officers. NFL Draft 2021, 2 Bay Area natives selected in first round. Outside Land 2021, will it be safe? The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Browns select Northwestern CB Greg Newsome in first round. Arlington Park, McHenry Outdoor Theater, Navy Pier ready to open this weekend. Arlington Park's final turn begins today. Here's what you need to know as season begins. Chinese manufacturing rises in April but growth might slow. NFL Draft, players selected in the first round. Jokic, Porter lead Nuggets past Raptors 121-111. Bears trade up, take Ohio State QB Fields who's excited to get going. Indianapolis Colts sack pass rusher Kwity Paye of Michigan. Nearly 40 die in stampede at religious festival in Israel. Chicago mayor addresses rumor bears are eyeing Arlington Park. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Wildfire concerns loom with dry weather outlook in Washington. King County Council bans fireworks countywide, starting in 2022. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 16.4 km, in Kermadec Islands, New Zealand, April 30, 2021, 2:06 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Libya, Tunisia. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, April 30th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Flash flood watch issued, storms already firing this morning. Man shot on Feeder Road during possible road rage shooting in spring, authorities say. Ann Douglas, widow of late actor Kirk Douglas, dies at 102. Stampede at Israeli religious festival kills nearly 40, officials say. Crime committed every 7 hours in this Houston neighborhood. The Houston area high school football stars to look out for in tonight's NFL draft. Body of missing Houston swimmer recovered in Lake Travis, authorities say. Who is David Culley? Get to know the newly hired Texans head coach. Houston Texans newly hired head coach David Culley only sees the positive. Harris County deputies investigating shooting near elementary school in Katy. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Carper urges tough U.S. rules barring gas-powered cars by 2035. The latest, Spain studies mixed use of COVID-19 vaccines. St. Louis couple who confronted protesters back in court. Report, Boris Johnson's phone number was online for 15 years. On a Scottish isle, Limbo breaks the refugee movie mold. World shares mixed as economic data cloud outlook. Europe economy slides back into recession as U.S. rolls ahead. Lawyer representing the Navalny's Foundation detained in Moscow. Bodies of 3 Europeans ambushed in Burkina Faso flown home. France, national homage for police official stabbed at work. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Proposed bill aims to purge 2.3 million New Yorkers' criminal records. Number of Black and Latino students admitted to NYC specialized high schools falls to lowest level in 3 years. Extra, are you going to wear a mask this summer? NYPD sending its creepy robot dog to the farm upstate. Spring in NYC brings a sense of optimism for beleaguered restaurant and bar owners. Updates, de Blasio wants to reopen city by July 1st for summer of NYC. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Ulch Fong manager dies after being hit by a bike rider outside restaurant. Here are the NYC libraries reopening on May 10th for in-person browsing and services. The West Bronx is ground zero for eviction filings. How will the next council member help combat it? We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. The UN buried its report focusing on apartheid in Israel. Feeling kind of blue, Holocaust survivor lifts lockdown spirits through jazz. Ethiopia, unpredictable security in Tigray, hindering aid delivery. Vaccinated Europeans now outnumber those infected by COVID, but threat remains present. A free and accessible vaccine is just out of reach for Palestinians. Madagascar edges toward famine, UN Food Agency appeals for assistance. World press freedom in an age of remoteness. Increased cancer risk for petroleum industry workers and people living near plants, new UN study. Southern sunset. Press freedom vital in the fight against the pandemic. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Cuomo aides spent months hiding nursing home death toll. U.S. investigating Havana syndrome-directed energy attack near White House. The mass exodus from the West Coast is driving home prices in Idaho to insane levels. Extent of toxic DDT dumping off Los Angeles coast is staggering. UK, Christian pastor arrested for saying marriage is between a man and a woman. U.S. Department of Education now investigating Florida sheriff student pre-crime program. University police departments become PR machines designed to spread their own version of events. An inside look at Scientology's lavish production facilities and actor recruitment strategy. One bank warns soaring food prices will lead to social unrest. CNN's new reporter, Natasha Bertrand, is a deranged conspiracy theorist and scandal-plagued Central Intelligence Agency propagandist. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. UConn student arrested after swastika painted on building. Former 19 Kids and Counting reality TV star Josh Duggar arrested in Arkansas. Did Kamala Harris tell Biden you will do whatever the Chinese tell you during them debate? Family of Mario Gonzalez denounces his police custody death. Did real footage from 1,895 feet appear in a TikTok video? Corps tells EPA to ban chlorpyrifos pesticide or decide it's safe. Was an Orange County supervisor seriously concerned about vaccine tracking devices? Nuclear waste tank built during Manhattan Project may be leaking. Was a woman shouted at by sentinel at the tomb of the unknown soldier? 5 arrested in violent robbery of Lady Gaga's dogs. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Fact-checking Biden's address to Congress. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Netflix and Lakeith Stanfield's mind-meltingly awesome Black Samurai anime. Groups helping med students tied to anti-immigrant outfit. Georgia Republicans clearing the field for Herschel Walker. Donald Trump Jr.'s inauguration F-wordery. Could Prince Harry miss Princess Diana's statue unveiling because of royal feuds? The CDC is on top of the science, but muddying the message. Biden calls BS on the GOP's pro-family bluff. Leonardo DiCaprio's another round in Hollywood's weird obsession with remaking foreign classics. Stephen Colbert hammers Ted Cruz's lame excuse for sleeping during Biden's speech to Congress. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Quarterback frenzy made for record day at 2021 NFL Draft. First round of NFL Draft sets stage for rookie reunions. Cowboys cannot pass up trouble difference maker Micah Parsons. Ryan Lindgren injury may leave Rangers defense even thinner. Kyrie Irving's return to Nets lineup may not include Kevin Durant. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. Catch the Eta Aquarii meteor shower. Easy moon observing. Snapshot. Rare double quasar caught in action. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Tons of dead fish choke banks of highly polluted lake in Lebanon. Underground tank leaking radioactive chemical waste. Astronauts describe thrilling launch and start of their space station mission. New York City makes plans to fully reopen as coronavirus vaccinations fall. Brazil surpasses 400,000 coronavirus deaths. How hackers are attacking the COVID-19 supply chain. New York City plans July reopening as Northwest battles surge. Mars helicopter fails to take off on fourth test flight. Black women are at higher risk for miscarriage, study finds. Crew Dragon astronauts describe thrilling ride to space. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Antarctica pyramids claim, oldest pyramid on Earth is hidden on icy continent. The B-21 Raider is on time and on budget. That's a miracle. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Ann Douglas, philanthropist and wife of Kirk, dies at age 102. Scientists determine origins of meteorite that traveled 23 million miles to hit Earth. Chemical spill at Rhode Island medical facility sends 20 employees to hospital. It's a girl. Researchers X-raying male priest Egyptian mummy find baby bump instead. Dozens killed, many injured in stampede at Israeli festival. Air Force intercepting record number of Russian aircraft, says Alaska-based lieutenant. NYC Fed scouring Rudy Giuliani's electronics for info on Trump's firing of U.S. ambassador. Bill barring wandering cops from law enforcement in New York gains traction. You change America, Biden returns to Georgia with gratitude to kick off push for costly spending plans. Feds look to indict Derek Chauvin and 3 other cops in George Floyd case on civil rights charges, reports. The following headlines are from military.com. Fort Drum commander fired over alleged misconduct. Veteran-owned food businesses get priority in new cash assistance program. Army eyes autonomous robotic arm to rapidly resupply its futuristic long-range howitzer. Marines fire anti-ship missile from back of unmanned truck to hit target at sea. Lawmaker raises alarm over directed energy attacks on U.S. personnel. Senate moves toward major shift in military law after years of failure to combat sexual assault. China launches main part of its first permanent space station. Army to review thousands of bad paper discharges in court settlement. This military housing has an MWR boost card, and we're all jealous. Marine combat instructors may soon get their special duty assignment status back. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Column, Americans don't need Biden's affordable child care or pre-kindergarten, that's liberal hooey. Daywatch, Lightfoot eases COVID restrictions, old, Patrick Daley Thompson indicted in Bears draft QB Justin Fields. Chicago Police Watchdog Agency finds nearly 100 allegations of misconduct against more than 12 officers involved in raid on Jeanette Young's home. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, state's daily vaccination average falls below 100,000 for first time in a month as 3,394 new cases and 38 deaths reported, Chicago loosening pandemic rules. New Chicago COVID-19 guidelines, a list of what is now allowed, from dining to gyms to weddings to the office. Column, Tim Scott and Kamala Harris agree the U.S. isn't racist, that's not true, and they know it. Ex-Alv, Ricardo Munoz indicted on charges he used campaign funds to pay for sports tickets, travel. Chicago will reopen United Center, expand outdoor festivals, allow more people indoors as Mayor Lori Lightfoot eases COVID-19 restrictions. The Spin, Feds charge Alv, Patrick Daley Thompson, nephew, grandson to two Chicago mayors plan to rename Lakeshore Drive in honor of disabled advances Lightfoot loosens COVID-19 restrictions. After much rancor, renaming Chicago's Lakeshore Drive for Jean-Baptiste Point Disable now step away from reality. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Flooding and mudslides add to St. Vincent's volcano rose. Northern forest fires could accelerate climate change. How donkeys digging wells help life thrive in the desert. Polluted Lebanon lake spews out tons of dead fish. Humanity taking colossal risk with our future, Nobels. Fourth flight postponed for Mars Ingenuity helicopter. Partnerships between researchers, policymakers and practitioners improve early childhood education. Small galaxies likely played important role in evolution of the universe. Icebreaker cyclone encounter reveals faster sea ice decline. A silver lining for extreme electronics. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, April 30th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. On a Scottish Isle, limbo breaks the refugee movie mold. Europe's economy shrinks in first quarter as US rolls ahead. Masters champion Matsuyama gets Prime Minister's award. AstraZeneca delivers 68 million COVID shots in first quarter. Betting millions on QBs who can turn clubs around on a dime. Two influencers ordered off Bali after fake mask video prank. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, April 30th, 2021. Horoscopes April 30th, 2021, Kirsten Dunst, Stick to Basics. Word Game, April 30th, 2021. Ask Amy, my employee's quirk is starting to strike me as disrespectful. Harriet Cole, I'm still mad about this comment at our work meeting. Miss Manners, I told her I wouldn't come if kids were there, and she turned cold. Dear Abby, my husband insists we celebrate a date that's painful to me. Oakland, Chinatown Chamber of Commerce president publicly attacked. Biden plan for cleaner power system faces daunting obstacles. Bay Area natives Vera Tucker, Harris taken in first round of NFL draft. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Eurozone economy contracted 0.6% in the first quarter as slow vaccine rollout, ongoing lockdowns dull. Germany to return Benin bronzes looted during colonial era. UN says 125 Europe-bound children rescued off Libyan coast. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Italy's anti-mafia directorate and the dirty campaign to criminalize migration. Court rules that EPA's delay exposed a generation of American children to brain-damaging pesticide chlorpyrifos. New Jersey Legionnaire's disease outbreak kept quiet in state prisons. An aspiring luxury travel writer seeks her next expense-paid trip, Congress. Matt Brunig on Joe Biden's American Families Plan. Factory owners around the world stand ready to manufacture COVID-19 vaccines. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, April 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. New brain-like computing device simulates human learning. Daily incoherent light source reveals oxygen production from three-body photodissociation of water. New study identifies diverse spectrum of neurons that govern movement. Wins DDPP biomarker to guide cancer therapy and predict response duration. New genetic target for blood cancer treatment. Care teams differ for black, white surgical patients in the same hospitals. New algorithm for the diagnostics of dementia. Partially sighted may be at higher risk of dementia. an ocean 13 million years in the making. New machine learning-based tool to help physicians determine best test for chest pain. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Chicago teen charged with 2020 vehicle theft, leading police on high-speed chase in western suburb. Palace Intrigue Episode 160, The Emergency Justin Fields Podcast. Armed robberies reported in Englewood, police. Prince William, Kate release photos, video to mark 10th anniversary. Ann Douglas, widow of actor Kirk Douglas, dies at 102. 8 shot Thursday in Chicago. 64-year-old man missing from Logan Square. 2021 NFL Draft, best available players for Bears in second, third round. Bears GM Ryan Pace says QB Andy Dalton is starter despite drafting Justin Fields. 15-year-old boy charged in CTA train stabbing, robberies. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, April 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. 1/3 of the way into 2021 and Houston highways are setting new records for crazy. Openings and closings. Rack and Ramen opens this week. Lee Jardinier debuts in May. Former HPD Chief Acevedo says Sheriff Gonzalez would be a great for thankless job of ICE Director. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, without remorse. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, Spring Wine Fest and all things Derby. Troubadour Bob Bradshaw leaves a light on in new record. Policing reform in Houston kicks into the next gear. Abbott in Texas opened the spigot for federal stimulus funding for public schools. Which team could make a last-minute pre-draft trade for Deshaun Watson? Graham Russell on gardening and a bountiful crop of air supply hits. The next headlines are about world records making news. Grandfather attempting new world record, seeking fan involvement, CHVN Radio. Player lands world record €19.40 M online slot win on Napoleon, SBC News. Record number of Chinese to travel over Labor Day break, but stick close to home, Reuters. Chennai-based Pradeep Babu sets a new noble world record, The Hindu. India's daily COVID-19 cases climb to new world record, Anadolu Agency. Why so many people in China are becoming mermaids, CNN. India COVID cases cross 18 million, graveyards work round the clock, Reuters India. Evan Dunphy race walker sets world 10K treadmill record, Richmond News. The Funko Pop capital, Knoxville man holds world record holder for largest Funko Pop collection, WBur.com. World heaviest mango found in Colombia, Guinness World Records. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Netflix finally adds a shuffle play feature for those of us with decision paralysis. Windows 10 is finally getting better support for AirPods. Instagram realizes it had a clubhouse in its heart all along. Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine just had a dark side squid fight. Yasuke writer Nick Jones Jr. on exploring Japan's legendary Black Samurai. Scientists find billion-year-old fossil life, something which has never been described before. Biden's labor secretary wants to see gig workers reclassified as employees. Amazon renews Invincible for 2 more bloody seasons. Why could menthols be banned, but not regular cigarettes? Borderlands Moxxi has been cast, completing Eli Roth's adaptation. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nalgaon in India at 113 degrees Fahrenheit or 45 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at minus 96.34 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 71.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Does nuclear secrecy make us more secure? New book offers counter-argument. Leaks. May 21st will be the launch day for the new iMac, iPad Pro, and Apple TV. Uber, Lyft stocks plunge after Biden official says drivers are employees. Today's best deals, lots of video games, rechargeable batteries, and more. FCC reveals sign update and website for $50 per month broadband subsidies. A Chinese company has started charging for fully driverless rides. Brazil rejects Sputnik V vaccine, says it's tainted with replicating cold virus. Microsoft follows Epic's lead, lowers its cut of PC game sales to 12%. Conspiracy theorists said death threats were jokes, but jury didn't buy it. Want to save an island's coral reefs? Get rid of invasive rats. The following headlines are from Raw Story. South Korea's moon to visit Biden on May 21st. Counties at highest risk for COVID harm often have lowest vaccination rates. The only thing keeping Republicans from electoral oblivion. GOP Senator Blackburn offers an odd excuse after she's caught spreading lies about Biden's plans. Texas Capitol rioter arrested for proudest day of his life has a bizarre version of January 6th events. Trump impeachment lawyer destroys Rudy Giuliani's whataboutism on Hunter Biden's laptop. Massive stampede kills dozens in Israel at largest public gathering since pandemic began. Something smells rotten in the new report on the Rudy Giuliani case. Widespread outrage over Joe Greenberg's confession letter. How is Matt Gaetz still in Congress? Matt Gaetz and wingman facing mutually assured destruction after confession letter, legal expert. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. A call to return land to tribal nations grows stronger. The Real ID gives the government new license to exclude. Remote places desperately need vaccines. Drones could help. Florida Republicans just passed a Georgia-style voter suppression bill. Biden's labor secretary signals he'll fight for gig worker employment. The fight over Captain America's legacy isn't just happening on TV. The GOP's black friend says America is not a racist country. The first 100 days, how Joe Biden is giving big government a big shot in the arm. I'm angry that I'm grateful that my brother survived a traffic stop. Robin Hood promises free trades. Did Alex Kearns pay with his life? The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The Venice Biennale honors Raphael Bologna, and other news, Surface Magazine. Silicon Sandbox, Caltech's Frederick Farina on Deep Tech, Aliens and the Secret Sauce for Startups, Fox 11 Los Angeles. Musk, Bezos have celestial plans but should do more for workers here on Earth commentary, Baltimore Sun. ZTCG, viruses expand the genetic alphabet, Science Magazine. Antarctic study shows how much space dust hits Earth every year, Scientific American. Film review, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, 1982, Helena Independent Record. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Kinetic chain patterns, an exploration of complicated shoulder conditions, Massage Magazine. Aptinics to report first quarter 2021 financial results on Thursday, May 13, 2021, Galveston County Daily News. Research ED, how insect colonies fight infections, ED Times. Toward a new generation of neuromorphic computing, IBM and ETH Zurich's biologically inspired optimizer boosts FCNN and SNN training, synced. Aptinics presents additional positive data from Phase 2 exploratory study of NUC 783 and PTSD at Society of Biological Psychiatry annual meeting, Business Wire. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Your Friday briefing, The New York Times. How did Adam live so long? An interview with Professor Nathan Avieser, The Jewish Press, jewishpress.com. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, April 30th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFOs disabled our nuclear capability, Pentagon officer and senator say. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, April 30th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.